afternoon, good evening, wherever you're joining me from today. This is your girl Rosemary, and welcome to the Queen's Cooking channel. I hope you are having a wonderful day. Today, I am going to be showing you how to make the puff puff. Before we look at the steps I take or the ingredients I use in making the puff puff, I also want to thank you all for your continued support on this channel, for sharing this video with your family, with your loved ones, for your subscription, for giving me a thumbs up, and for all you do to keep this channel active and alive. So now let's look at what we need to make our puff puff. So the first thing you will need is your all-purpose flour, and I'm using 2 cups of all-purpose flour. I'm also going to be using half a cup of sugar, and I'm going to be using, this is 0% milk. This is a choice. You can do without, you can use water if you don't want milk. You can actually use water to mix your paste. I'm also going to be using dry yeast. This is 2 packets of dry yeast, and today I'm using the Anthony's Active dry yeast, which is gluten-free. And I'm also going to be adding half a teaspoon of nutmeg, and of course a pinch of salt. The first thing you want to do is to sieve your flour. You want all the air trapped in your flour to be out. You want to loosen your flour to make sure there are no lumps. So I'm just going to sieve it really quick. So now that you finish sieving your flour, it's so fluffy when you sieve the flour. I'm going to add my sugar. I'm going to add my yeast. This is half a teaspoon of yeast. Sorry, that was my nutmeg. Then I'm going to add my yeast. And then I'm going to add a pinch of salt to this. Just make sure you mix everything properly. Mix it real good. Make sure everything is properly mixed in there. Now I am going to start adding my milk because I want to form a paste. And today I'm using 0% milk. Just make sure you mix the flour properly, mix it all good. When you're done mixing, it's going to be sticky. It's going to be sticky. So I am going to seal this up, let it ferment for half an hour, for 30 to 35 minutes before you use it, before you start frying your puff puff. Just make sure it's properly sealed, it's airtight, and keep in a cool place, room temperature. You just cover this down with a napkin and keep this in a cool place for 30 to 35 minutes. Then you fry the puff puff. So guys, our paste has been sitting for half an hour, so I am going to remove the sealing. It's really sticky. So this is our paste. So now you want to turn it so to remove any air that is trapped in there before you start making your puff puff. See how it went down and it's so sticky. So I am going to cover my hands because it's really sticky, and then we're going to fry it up. Before you fry your puff puff, you want to make sure your oil is hot enough before you put your puff puff in there. If it's not hot enough, it's going to soak oil. It's going to end up soaking oil. So you just want to make sure the oil is hot enough. So I am going to start this process. You can have your puff puff at any time. It can be used it can be had with a cup of coffee, a cup of tea, for breakfast. You can have it for lunch, a snack. As a snack, you can never go wrong with having puff puff in the house This is also golden brown, so I'm going to remove the ones that are golden brown to my taste because I really don't want it to get burnt. So that is your puff puff. We've made puff puff. So guys, we're done with our puff puff. It came out really nice. So now let's look at the inside. This is the inside. It is so fluffy, so nice and full. So guys, we've come to today's cooking. I really appreciate you all staying with me to the end of this video. Until I come your way again, please love yourself, love your neighbor, treat others the way they love to be treated, and stay blessed. Love you guys. Mwah. Bye guys.